Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Man killed in White House, Westmoreland on Saturday identified. The police have identified a man who was shot dead in the Garden District in White House, Westmoreland on Saturday night. He is 32-year-old Denloy Brown, otherwise called Jopper, from the community. Reports from the police are that Brown was outside his premises about 8 p.m. when residents heard loud explosions. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Brown was seen lying on his back suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds to his upper body. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Commenting on the murder on Sunday afternoon, Deputy Superintendent of Police DSP in charge of operations in the Westmoreland Police Division, Adrian Hamilton, told reporters that Brown's murder is as a result of a dispute in the community. Apparently, Brown's death seems to be in relation to a long-standing dispute between parties in that community, DSP Hamilton revealed. Brown is the second person to be killed in the community in the past days. On Monday, 21-year-old Javon Foster, otherwise called Cutter, was murdered. Reports from the police are that about 3 p.m., Foster was sitting on a blue Suzuki Access motorcycle, which was parked in the vicinity of his baby mother's house along the Garden Main Road, when a lime green Toyota Axio motor car coming from the direction of Top Garden stopped with where Foster was. The occupants of the Axio, the police said, then opened gunfire at Foster, hitting him several times in his chest region. The now deceased ran towards the back of his child's mother's house where he collapsed. The lime green motor car reportedly then spun off in the direction of Upper Garden. Foster was assisted to the Black River Public General Hospital by citizens, where he was pronounced dead. Ret Charged for allegedly stabbing man during dispute. A man has been charged after he allegedly stabbed another several times during an argument in Hampton, St. James in August. Charged with wounding with intent is 55-year-old Answer Reed, otherwise called Rocky, of Hampton District in the parish. Reports are that about 12:13 p.m., Reed was arguing with another man when he allegedly used a knife to stab the man several times. The police were alerted and the man was taken to hospital where he was admitted for treatment. An investigation was launched and Reed was arrested. On Saturday, December 2nd, he was charged after he underwent a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. 28-year-old man charged following Manchester gun attack. A 28-year-old man has been charged after he allegedly shot and wounded two men on Bethel Street, Greenville in Manchester last month. Charged is Akeem Barrett, otherwise called Boise, or Casey, a construction worker of Three Chain District in the parish. He was charged with shooting with intent, aggravated assault, wounding with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, and using a firearm to commit a felony. Reports from the Mandeville police are that about 4:40 a.m., two men were walking on Ward Avenue, Mandeville, when they were allegedly pounced upon by Barrett, who was traveling in a motor car with an accomplice. Barrett allegedly then shot the men multiple times. The police were alerted and both men were taken to hospital where they were admitted for treatment. Following an investigation into the incident, Barrett was arrested. He was later charged after he was questioned in the presence of his attorney. Barrett's accomplice is currently being sought by the police. Chief Justice urges government to speed up relocation of St. James Parish Court. Chief Justice Bryan is calling on the authorities to urgently identify a site to facilitate the relocation of the St. James Parish Court from the flood-prone premises it now occupies on Mergbeer Road in Montego Bay. The court is often affected by floodwaters which spill over from the nearby North Gully whenever it rains heavily. Last year, Justice Minister Delroy Chuck said he was in full support of calls by the Montego Bay Chambers of Commerce and Industry and the Cornwall Bar Association to utilize the occupied space by the St. James Parish Library to construct a long-anticipated Western Justice Complex. Speaking at the MBCCI Annual Awards Banquet at the Montego Bay Conventional Center on Saturday night, Chief Justice says the time has come for matter to be settled. It can't be that in the 21st century, the Parish Court for St. James, which is one of the most productive courts in Jamaica, one of the largest courts, one of the most productive courts consistently finishing among the top 4 courts in Jamaica, and it is located essentially on flood-prone property. Every time there is a heavy rain downpour and water comes down in the gully beside the court, it overflows into the courtyard every single time. And this has been going on for well over 30 years, Some say as long as 50 years, the Chief Justice noted. We have a problem in Montego Bay. It is not just a problem just here, but it is a problem across the island. But this has to do with the question of our courts, the appearance of our courts. We need to resolve to the issue of Montego Bay, of having a site to construct a proper courthouse worthy of the city of Montego Bay. That needs to be resolved, he added. He also wants the family court, which is situated at a plaza on Kurt Avenue in the tourism resort town, to be relocated. The family court is housed on a plaza that was supposed to have a temporary accommodation. The temporary accommodation has become 30 years. The 18 and 19 years who were employed in the court then have now reached retirement age and they are still on the plaza, he stated. So we have one of the political representatives, Homer Davis, from Western Jamaica among us this evening. So maybe now would be a good time to make those inquiries as to when this is going to be resolved, he stated. The Chief Justice also noted a new locations need to be found for the gun court, which is in Montego Bay. The gun court needs a separate building, and so to the Western Registry. So what is necessary then is for Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce to begin to ask these questions about the construction of a court complex to have a proper court where our citizens can come and do business in a dignified way, the Chief Justice noted. PNP commemorates International Day of Persons with Disabilities. The opposition People's National Party (PNP) says it stands in solidarity with the global community in celebrating International Day of Persons with Disabilities, which is being observed on December 3rd. This was done under the theme, United in Action to Rescue and Achieve the SDGs for, with, and by persons with disabilities. This year's theme underscores our shared responsibility in fostering a more inclusive world where the ability of every individual are acknowledged and valued, a statement from the PNP said on Sunday. Shadow Minister of Labour and Social Security Dr. Angela Brownberg emphasized the crucial message that disability doesn't denote inability and it should guide our endeavours. Each individual, irrespective of their abilities, bring unique strengths and perspective that significantly contribute to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goal. Brownberg highlighted that today serves as a reminder that inclusivity is not merely an aspiration, it necessitates tangible, concerted actions. The establishment of the tribunal, as stipulated by the Disability Act 2014, presents opportunities to facilitate a more inclusive Jamaica, particularly for one of the nation's most vulnerable groups, persons with disability, PWD. This initiative aims to transform experience of PWDs characterized by higher levels of unemployment compared to their able-bodied counterparts, increased literacy rates, limited educational attainment, and insufficient jobs and certification, the PNP statements read. As we commemorate this significant day, let us unite in action to dismantle barriers, challenge stereotypes, and champion the rights of persons with disabilities. It is imperative to safeguard the accountability rights of individuals with disabilities across all facets of life. Through these efforts, we continue to Jamaica's vision as a part where everyone, regardless of ability, can actively participate in and benefit from sustainability and inclusive development, it continued. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell